Let's see the extreme profanity. Hi everyone, this is Stan, and it's been a while since I made any videos in English on this channel. The topic I want to touch upon today is not only related to my Taiwanese viewers, but also to all the English speakers that are using the YouTube platform. I want to address the censorship issues and the pro-CCP biases that are pretty prevalent here. And the things I'm going to share with you are a little bit scary in my opinion. So without further ado, let's just get into it. As we're approaching the new year, you will probably be watching this video in January 2023 or even later. In 2022, late 2022, there has been a big piece of news that's related to the CCP, to the Chinese government police offices being established all around Europe. In the beginning, there was information on those police offices in England. So you can find the related articles in, for example, The Telegraph or in all the media outlets on the right and the left. It was a big piece of news. And as in November I've been traveling to England, I decided to film those police offices and maybe have some conversation with the people living in the area. For example, in East Croydon, there was a big police station there, and ask them what they think about a foreign government run by the communist authorities, CCP, opening up police offices, police stations all around Europe, including England. And what are they doing there? Probably harassing Uyghurs, harassing dissidents, and are trying to persuade the people to return to China for persecution. Basically, right now we're having the KGB 2.0, but it doesn't seem that the people are afraid of it or worried of it or anxious. So I filmed the video. It performed pretty well. For my channel, it received more than 100,000 views. But then, in a couple of weeks, strange things started happening. The video got demonetized without any reasons. Honestly speaking, for my channel, which is not very big, every video that receives more than 100,000 views, it's like a small victory for me. As my content, it's political. It's related to Taiwan's independence. It's related to human rights issues in China. And I'm very critical of the CCP. And with YouTube, if the content criticizes the Communist Party of China, it seems like the algorithm is not too friendly to that. It's also related to the mass amounts of Chinese bots that are trying to flag the content, which are trying to take the videos down. And with the YouTube monetization policies, these are not also very transparent, to be honest. Yes, there are some rules, you have to follow them, and in theoretically, the advertisers will be happy, according to YouTube, and you will be able to get some revenue from the ads that are placed on your video. But I'm saying in theory on purpose. Of course, I'm trying to keep all of my videos monetized, even though the revenue is not big, but if the video has that green dollar sign, it means that the advertisers will be able to place an ad there, and it is good for YouTube. And in my opinion, I don't know how those algorithms work, but if the video is monetizable, if there are ads running there, the algorithm should be trying to push it harder, right? Because it will result in more revenue for YouTube, for the platform. From the business point of view, it makes sense. But I don't know. Talking about the pro-CCP biases, I think those are actually present on YouTube. Once I had an experience talking to the YouTube support, Mandarin-speaking support, and you have to pick between traditional Chinese for Taiwan and simplified Chinese for example, Malaysia or Singapore, because in China, YouTube is blocked. It's not the platform which is being allowed to be present on Chinese market. They even have the great firewall not to let the Chinese people access YouTube, websites like YouTube, like Twitter, like Facebook. So I've selected traditional Chinese for Taiwan and said that I have some monetization issues. I think it was the video on Russia's invasion in Ukraine, and I've been talking about how the supporters of the CCP, little pinkies, are supporting Russia in its aggression against Ukraine. The video is still demonetized. That person who has answered to me answered in simplified characters. But what is the reason to choose between traditional and simplified if they're answering in simplified? Then I wanted to make a small experiment. I've copied the simplified text, entered it back in, and said, I don't understand those characters, please write in traditional. Then I said, long live free and independent Taiwan. And then that person said, you have to be polite to him. But long live independent and free Taiwan is not impolite. That's my position. That's what my channel is about. And then this person just went offline. This only shows one thing. This person is either the CCP supporter, which is okay in their private life, but they shouldn't have the biases at their work, right? You can support the CCP, but while doing the reviews of the content that don't support CCP, that are critical of the CCP and that are supporting, for example, Taiwan's independence, you shouldn't let those biases have any impact on your job, right? Or there is another option, which is worse. This person might be on YouTube on purpose to censor the pro-Taiwan content, to demonetize pro-Taiwan content, and not let those videos being pushed by the algorithm. I don't know what is that, but that's my experience. And here comes the video on the Chinese police stations in the UK. It got demonetized, and on YouTube you can actually appeal, and that's what I did. And in like 3 days, I received an answer on my email saying that the video is still demonetized. And then they said what is the reason for the demonetization. It's extreme profanity, meaning slurs or swear words or anything like that. For example, in English it would be like F word or N word. Words that are considered disrespectful or like racial slurs, things like that. Then I went through my video once again. I was listening to every single, maybe occasional F word. No, nothing. I was polite to the people I've been interviewing. I've been polite to the companies that have been situating close to those Chinese police stations. I've been asking them things like, do you know that there is a Chinese police station here in the area? And they've been saying, oh, no, but there have been some people from the media coming and asking. I mean, like very polite conversations, like not a single slur, not a single swear word, nothing. Then I've written back to YouTube and asked them if they can recheck it for me, because there are no slurs, there are no swear words, there is no profanity in the video, like at all, nothing. The video is partially in Mandarin and partially in English. So they have answered me with a time code, and in that mark that they have sent me, I actually sent them the script because I've been speaking Mandarin there, and here is what I've been talking about in that video. From 17 minutes mark up to 17 minutes and 26 seconds. These two places are closed. I've asked a store owner here, but he doesn't seem to know anything. He just said that there is an attorney's office here, and he doesn't understand anything else. The situation is like that, and I think it's time to end the video here. Not a single slur, not a single swear word, nothing. Then they've answered again. And they said that right now they're looking into a broader context of the video. Hi Stan, thanks for writing back. I completely comprehend the eagerness of monetizing the video in question. I highly appreciate your experience in ensuring your content adheres to our guidelines and policies. Hence, I'm afraid that the enforcement action on your content has already been appealed in YouTube Studio, and a human reviewer re-evaluated your content and determined that it does violate our advertiser-friendly content guidelines. We know this is probably unfavorable on your side, but it is our job to make sure that YouTube is a safe place for all. Not a single swear word, not a single slur, nothing. Other than this, our reviewers evaluate the video and related content together as a whole. This is interesting. So they're actually doing different things to what is said in their guidelines. They're giving you guidelines, right? You shouldn't swear, you shouldn't spread fake news, things like that. But right now they say that they evaluate like content as a whole. Each video's ad suitability can change depending on context. With that in mind, our reviewers are not given a checklist like how many swear words or levels of violence or how much controversial content there is in a video. In other words, you may see one video with some swear words in it that get ads, while a video with no swear words but includes a sizable or frequent amount of violent content may not get ads. What violent content? YouTube. What violent content? Me interviewing people, having conversations with people on the streets? All of the people that I have interviewed gave me permission to film them. Instead of a checklist, reviewers use the advertiser-friendly guidelines paired with the following principle to make a decision: context, focus, tone, realism, graphicness. The most important principle is context. What is the intention behind the video? Is it to inform and educate or to shock and incite? For example, if it is to inform and educate, then you should include contents in your title, thumbnails, description, and tags. The context helps reviewers make the right monetization decision. Without context, reviewers may not be able to accurately assess your content. Generally, we aim to promote an environment that is brand safe and friendly to all ages. Hence, with the guidelines and principles I have provided, I am sure you'll be able to come up with strategies that may help secure monetization while applying your creative and educational touch on your content. I hope I was able to make things a bit clearer for you, but if you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to let us know by simply replying to this email. Warm regards. Well, I've answered them, and I said that you demonetized the video for having slurs and swear words, which it has none. Now you're telling me about the wider context of the video and the whole message of it, that you also failed to provide the main reason for example, timestamps, footage, or a particular sentence that affected your decision. So, what is the reasoning behind this? I'm always very careful with the content I create, and I double-check everything before putting it online. What you just told me is that your reviewer demonetized it because he, she, they didn't like it. put slurs and swear words as a reason for that and thought that I'll just swallow. And now when I'm escalating it, you still insist that your reviewer is right, but just put in a whole new line of reasoning behind the decision, which is very unprofessional. You demonetized some of the videos for violence before, as those videos had footage of protests or brutal behavior by the embassy staff in Manchester. I accepted your decision, even though the footage has been everywhere on the news before, including Guardian, BBC, Washington Examiner, Fox News, MSNBC, and so on. Literally everywhere on the left and on the right. But this time you're demonetizing it for literally the thing it doesn't have: slurs and swear words. I hope this is just a terrible, unprofessional mistake on your side, and hope that you will give it to a professional, unbiased reviewer instead. I know about the people reviewing content in Mandarin at YouTube. Some of them are very biased towards the content critical of the Communist government of China. I had personal experience with your reviewer just left the chat when I said that I'm a YouTuber who supports a beautiful country of Taiwan. Once again, I take this issue very seriously and kindly inquire to reevaluate the decision. Kind regards, Stan. Then they said that they will reevaluate that, and the answer came. And it really is like, try not to laugh challenge. After re-reviewing your video, the team confirmed that the part of the video contains extreme profanity. Thus, the decision has been upheld. You may see the attached document to see the part of the video that was affected. Let's see the extreme profanity. It is a word on my friend's t-shirt, and the word says "yang gui," meaning foreigner, foreign ghost, or foreign devil, or devil that came by the ocean. This word is being used by Chinese speakers to describe foreigners. The similar word in Cantonese is guilao, and there is a very big pro-CCP YouTuber whose channel is called Guilao60, and I doubt that all of his videos are demonetized. His channel is actually getting bigger and bigger. And of course, this word on a t-shirt, it is being worn by a foreigner. Like, for a Chinese person, he is a foreigner, and it's being used ironically. And whatever you think, I don't think it should be considered a slur or a swear word. Maybe sometimes it can be used in a disrespectful manner, but definitely that's not an extreme profanity. So in my opinion, what happened? They really wanted to demonetize the video just because they didn't like it. They thought that it makes Chinese government looks bad. And as I've been interviewing the people in England who were mostly very unhappy with the foreign government establishing police offices, meaning they have been trying to impose their laws on foreign soil, which is very bad. It's a violation of all the possible international norms. And YouTube right now demonetizes that for yang gui, for a word that is not slur. That is not. It's not an F word, it's not an N word, it's not any other bad word. There are even channels that are being called Guilao, which is the same meaning as yang gui. Did YouTube become Bilibili or Kuaishou or any other Chinese platform? This kind of censorship is unacceptable. This platform just became a tool in the hands of the totalitarian regime. And honestly, right now, what I want you guys to do, watch the video. Watch that video, it's 17 minutes long, and just write a comment. It deserves green mark. That's it. There's another thing I want you to do. Go to this propagandist channel and leave a comment on his videos that your videos contain extreme profanity. Because that's what YouTube monetization policies are, right? This really is the stupidest thing I have ever encountered on that platform. Alrighty, thank you for watching, and to my Taiwanese viewers, thank you for patience and thank you for listening to my English. Thank you guys, I see you in the next one. Bye bye!